just a little bit. I think I could overdrive it just a little bit. I think I could overdrive it just a little bit. I think I could overdrive it just a little bit. I think I could overdrive it just a little bit.
Yo. Welcome back, dude, to another episode of the Yo podcast with Martin and Hooter.
What's up, Hooter?
What is up?
How you doing?
You know me. Just out here.
Yeah, man. I throw your man in there like I'm Rodrigo and shit.
Hey.
That was like one of them fucking, dude, fucking A. A lot has happened since we were last in here.
Dude.
We're in a different world, dude.
Dude.
I mean.
It's like every fucking month is something new.
I was telling, I don't know who the fuck I was telling that it fucking literally feels like we're living in a goddamn novela.
Yeah.
Like we're living a fucking novela where it's like every day the music dun 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 and then something else fucking drops, you know?
Yes.
I saw a post yesterday that was pretty fucking funny. It's and again, I know people are like, well, you know, this isn't the time for jokes or whatever. Hey, every time is a time to fucking laugh a little bit. You have to laugh a little bit. And of course, it's not that we don't take serious everything that's going on. But I saw this meme, Hooter, and it was a bunch of aliens, and they looked fucking like very hesitant, you know? And it said, all right, guys, we're next.
Nice.
I'm nervous. Like, everything's fucking happened that it's like
the one before.
Like, yeah, so now it's like, fuck it, that's it, dudes, we're on deck, it's our turn, fucking Grays, let's
They're the
go.
headliners.
Bro, that shit it sent me down an alien rabbit hole, but that's a story for another day.
Shit.
It's fucking crazy right now, Hooter. Like I said, the last time we were here, you know, that was last Monday, and that's when the videos came out, and since then there's been, basically a revolt.
Yeah.
From the masses, and it's what happened was fucking obviously there's no need to there's no need to fucking say it, but of course what happened was fucking horrible, and all those dudes, you know, and I feel bad for that young Asian cop, and I'll tell you, because he's a young kid that got caught up way over his head. I mean, he looks frightened. He looks frightened. And when you've got older cops there, you know, I'm 52. It's easy for me to say, hey, man, I would have thrown my badge on the floor and said, fuck it. I might not be able to stop this, but I'm not going to be a part of it. But that's, you know, a 52-year-old man talking. Exactly. This is a kid. God knows his background. Nobody knows any of that. He's just sitting there frightened and not knowing what to do. But by no stretch of the imagination is he not complicit in what went down, you know? And so it was heart-wrenching. It made people angry. And, you know, it's everybody's inside. Everybody's watching these videos, you know? And all of a sudden, everybody said, that's enough. This is fucking enough. You know, the guy didn't fear for his life. You know, because you could defend that all day. You know, I feared for my life. I had to do it. And you're like, hey, man, these dudes are out there putting their neck on the line.
Yeah.
You should give them the benefit of the doubt and hear both sides of the story. But when you see this, and not that there hasn't been videos before, but this shit was like, dude, he did that shit with impunity. Like, I'm doing this shit because I can.
Yeah.
You know, and it disgusted everybody to the point where it's like, hey, man, we have a fucking problem with police brutality and racism that needs to be fucking addressed, you know? And I think it's fucking, you know, dude, Colin Kaepernick was on his knee, you know, a few years back saying, hey, man, let's bring attention to this. And not everybody listened, you know, it's good to see people that are saying, hey, man, Colin, I'm sorry for talking shit about you, and I'm sorry for not understanding what your message was all about and how peacefully you were doing it.
Yeah.
You know, that you can't get more peaceful than getting on your knee and saying, hey, guys, look at what's going on. You know, I'm not throwing a bottle. I'm not burning shit. I'm just on my knee, calling attention to this. And I think the whole world is on board with that.
Yeah.
The whole world's on board with, hey, man, this is not right. Your police cannot do this. The riots aren't right either, obviously. But you can't, what's happening, and it's pissing off a lot of people, is that everybody's getting lumped in, protesters and rioters. And I think that people are doing a good job of trying to educate people and say, hey, man, there's a fucking difference.
Big difference.
Between opportunistic assholes and also there's opportunistic assholes. And in that bunch, however, you can argue that there is some very disenfranchised people saying, hey, fuck it. I've done everything I'm supposed to do. You're still fucking killing us. Well, fuck you. What good does it do me to follow the rules? Not excusing the behavior, but hey, man, you get angry and eventually you just say, fuck you. When somebody's beating your ass, at some point you're going to fucking beat their ass back, So listen, they're so and again, anybody that has an opinion on this right now,
You're
fucked.
You're never going to be right. There's always going to be someone who's going to argue with you. There's always going to be someone who's going to tell you how you're wrong. Or if you do have a side, then they say, okay, well, what's your how do you fix it? And then not too many people have the answers to that. I feel personally, dude, I am, and I know not a lot of people are with me. I'm right in the fucking middle, dude. I'm right on the fence. And I know to a lot of people that's very offensive, dude. But it's like super sad for me, dude. Like I'm not like violent type of dude. Like that's just not my mindset, dude. Like for me, it's sad to see this shit. It's sad that this fucking black man got murdered like that. It's sad that these cops fucking murder fools. You know what I mean? And also, it's sad that these businesses are getting fucked. A lot of people are saying, fuck the businesses, yada, yada. It's like, dude.
These guys didn't do shit.
They didn't do shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But again, it almost sounds like it's like, wait, are these businesses more important than these lives? And
I'm
again,
not trying to say that.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, that could be misinterpreted as that. And a lot of people are misinterpreting that as that. It's like, and you want to have compassion for all of humanity.
Yes. And then if you don't say anything, you're an asshole because you're not sticking up for the movement. Like, dude, it's in my whole life, I've never seen everybody so against each other. I've never witnessed it, dude. Like the biggest thing that I can remember is 9/11, right? And during that time, I felt like all Americans came together.
How old were you then?
I was 10.
So you knew.
Yeah.
You knew what was up. With your small mind, you still knew what was up.
I knew, some shit went down and everybody was like, hey.
Rallying around the USA.
Yes, dude. Yes. And, dude, now it's just like, it is, dude.
There are upside down flags.
Yes, man. Yes. There's shit burning. There's shit fucking, there's just.
I was alive for the Rodney King riots.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big, but there was a lot of, tension in South Central at that time with Koreans and the black community. This is the whole country. These instances of police brutality, and again, not to say that it's just a black thing, because it's not. I've suffered, police brutality, not to that extent, thank God, but to say that I have never experienced it would be irresponsible. I've also met cops that are like, hey man, let's fucking hang out. You're a fucking great human,
dude. Yeah. Finish it.
So, this God damn it, I lost my train of thought. What the fuck was I saying, Hooter?
How
got fucking dementia coming in.
Yeah. And then I forgot what you were saying, because I was going to say my shit because
so
you mentioned the cop thing.
Right.
But I wanted to say about that way you could have time to remember that with all the shit that I feel sad about, the businesses, the fucking people, the cops, and I also feel bad because now all these cops have a target because of this fucking asshole, dude.
Or many assholes.
Many assholes, yes. But now all of them are like the biggest fucking. They all have targets, and it's like, dude, there's some cool, really cool fucking.
They are cool human beings, but the problem then goes, and this is the train of thought that I had, is that when you are part of a department like that, you know, like if you're in the military, let's take it away from the police department, just to give an example, and because it's the same thing applies. If you're in the military and you're in the battlefield, and you see somebody do something that's a little bit like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And everybody is on board with it, and you go against it, well, guess what? These are the people that are going to have your fucking back.
Exactly.
And you want to be in congruence, in unity, in sync with everybody on that unit, because your life depends on the person behind you and in front of you and to your sides. Yeah. You have to survive. And it's the same thing with the police department. A lot of these guys, they're not the ones causing the bullshit, but they have to work alongside people that are that this has been ingrained. You know, everybody says, like, as soon as this old watch is gone, then this will be fixed and it'll be done. But the problem is that these people have influenced people who have influenced people, and they're going to follow that role model, that example that was put in front of them. And the veterans that have the clout, the power, you know, the rookies are like, they're going to they just want to fucking please. They just got out of the academy and they know you fucking listen. It's like the military. You listen because lives are on the line, not just yours, but citizens' lives. So and
it's not even just that. It's literally everything. Think about comedy. Think about how much you do when you first join. When you first start comedy,
to get the veterans to respect you or like you, just to accept you.
Yes,
you know that's just
shit.
The way it works. But
when
now
you go to high school, freshman, you do stupid shit so that the seniors could like you. It is
the same but different because these are the people entrusted with protecting the citizens, and they yield a lot of power. Okay, now you said something the other day that it feels like. How do you start posting, you know, your food or your selfie or your whatever? Because there's so much like, and I understand you got to keep people like, you know, entertained or distract, but nothing seems right to post. Dude. Nothing seems right. So I know I've been away from social media more than usual because, you know, I'm not the brightest and the fucking nor the most eloquent, you know. I post about eating ass, for crying out loud, you know. And that's not what I'm all about, but you know, I try to deflect expectations of my persona. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't want you to look at me as a fucking... As a matter of fact, the fucking Instagram promoted a fucking shirt for me that said, Grandpa, the man, the myth, the legend, the bad influence. And it's a t-shirt. And I'm like, dude, how do these motherfuckers know that I'm a crazy grandpa? You know, definitely they're watching, but I got bigger fish to fry, right? But again, I've brought that upon myself, you know? I don't want to be the stereotypical grandpa drinking cocoa. So to make commentary on this is irresponsible from a lot of uninformed people. And I consider myself, you know, I don't consider myself ignorant, but I don't consider myself versed enough to intelligently, you know, discuss this. You know, let's be honest here. But when I was watching, you know, because Trump had been quiet, and then they said, oh, he'd been hiding in the bunker, and people were talking so much shit. And this is a man who is, you know, provoked by social media and by what people say. He gives a fuck about how people perceive him. You know, that's not me making an assumption. That's a fact, you know. And so he made a bold statement. He said, I respect peaceful protesters. They have the right to protest peacefully. And as he was saying that, he said that he was going to also, that you have to stop the lawlessness, and that he's the president of law and order, and that he's going to bring in the military. If the governors and the mayors don't take action, I will bring in the military to unfuck the situation. And I'm paraphrasing here. They then cleared out. There was peaceful protesters. These guys were not burning. They were not looting. They were not stealing. They were not throwing. They were out there peacefully. There's footage of them. Now, again, you can say, well, that was doctored footage. Go fuck yourself. It was a split screen. You can see this is happening right here. And then you see, his security team, whoever the fuck it was, shooting gases and rubber and getting these fucks out of the way so that this man could go hold up a Bible and take a picture in front of a cathedral. Mm-hmm. Now, another thing, I don't want to get sidetracked, but remind me, it's almost like the people protesting that are getting their photo op out there, that are getting their, hey man, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And they're using it as self-promotion almost, which is disgusting to see that.
It is.
But it looked like he was there. I'm here and I'm standing by the words in this book. But this is, the most respected book in the country by a big part of the population. There's some people, of course, that will disagree and they're shit upon because they have a different opinion on that book. Anytime you question the Bible, you must love Satan, you must love evil, and which is very irresponsible to do and very ignorant to say. Nevertheless, it happens. So to hold this up, to use force against peaceful protest in order to get this photo op was disgusting. And I posted it. And I was like, I don't care what side you're on, using, the military against U.S. citizens is only going to add fuel to the fire. This isn't going to make people feel like this is a good thing, There's some people that are happy, but for the most part, it's going to escalate shit. And I just posted that, and I didn't say looting was okay. I didn't say burning shit was okay. I didn't say none of that. None of that. I started getting attacked, and then I started getting DM'd, and some Christians felt it in their heart, and they were compelled to tell me, to put me in my place, and I'm sure it came from a place of love.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, Pat Robertson was trending, and then I see a video of him on TBN, and he's basically saying what I said in a very, in his way, And, this is the leader of the people that were attacking me. So I said, I'm going to post this. And I'm just going to say, do you feel the same way about him saying that? Do you still have those same feelings? We have a problem with police brutality and racism, and there's attention that's trying to be brought to that. The looting is a distraction. The fucking everything else is a distraction. To say that the riots are the focus of what this is irresponsible. The whole world is on the street saying, America, stop police brutality. And when our, commander-in-chief, the leader of the United States, the president of the United States of America, the leader of the free world, for argument's sake, doesn't address it at all and only addresses the rioting, that's problematic, and the division that's happening. I don't mean to stay on this but how do you not, but the division that's happening with the people is even more disgusting. Because again, you can't say anything, and if you do not say, and if you don't say anything, you're still attacked, And there's people that are like, hey, they probably come from the same mentality that I come. I'm not equipped to make a statement on this. Yeah. If I'm not, why should I make a statement for the sake of making a statement? That's literally using the. I think you don't have to say that you don't agree with innocent black men getting killed.
Honestly,
do you have to say
that's how I feel too?
Do I have to tell you that I'm not okay with that? Like fucking A. I don't know anybody that's okay with that.
Right. I truly feel that way, dude. Like just because I don't say that, like there's some things where I shouldn't have to say. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel that's one of them, dude. I mean, fuck, who would be okay with that?
How come you haven't made a statement to say that it's not like, bro, I don't agree. Like, holy fuck, I'm a decent human being, but to just say you have to then follow it up with something, and it becomes a It becomes a box of explosives because, bro, what people need to understand is that we are all in this shit together. You know, this isn't a black issue. You know, this isn't this is an issue of the haves and the have-nots. You know, we're worried about them fucking stealing from Target, but you know, the fact that they take fucking, you know, the government takes fucking all the, you know, the insider trading that let them know to sell all their shit, and all these poor people that have been investing in their retirement are fucked. That's the real looting, you know. But this is a huge distraction to that. You know, we're worried. People are worried about Target and CVS, and think about all the 60, 70 plus year olds whose shit just got destroyed in a matter of hours in the not too distant past. You've got, you know, within our own culture, the Latino culture, you've got people fucking trying to escalate shit. How come nobody was marching when the cages and nobody was doing? It's like, hey man, people were speaking up. Nobody ever said this is okay either. No, you know. We can't get more divided. You know, and that's the fucking problem. We can't start, you know, black against Mexican, white against black, fucking blah 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 blah. It's like, hey man, that's not what it's all about. And you know, years ago, Gabriel had a tour called Unity Through Laughter, and that speaks volumes to what the fuck is going on right now. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't have an answer. You know, but also if anything is fucking, let's fucking open up dialogue without shutting everybody up for just even speaking. Like, you speak and it's like, shut the fuck up. You know, you don't get anywhere with shut the fuck up. You'll never get anywhere with shut the fuck up. That's you know, I tried that type of parenting. I'm the dad here. You shut the fuck up and listen. That doesn't go. How far did that get me? You know, it's like at some point you got to fucking come to the table and say, hey man, let's figure this shit out. And I'm hoping that begins to happen, that a real dialogue begins to happen to heal from this. It's never been fully addressed. Right. You know, everybody thought, oh, we have a black president, it's all fixed. Right. We brought down some Confederate flags, it's all fixed. We did blah, 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 it's all fixed. We're good now, right? We're good? Oh yeah, we're good. No, a real discussion has never happened, and I think this is forcing everybody's hand to come to the table and try to figure out, you know, what the fuck we're gonna do moving forward.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, fuck. Hopefully,
right? At this point, all right. Look, how the fuck are you? Other than, I mean, obviously, this has got to be affecting you. You're thinking about your kids. You're thinking about, you know, your family, yourself. I love how some people are handling the situation, you know. Mm-hmm. I was showing you the post from Crime in Wilmington.
Yeah.
Bro, I always thought fucking cholos are crazy. Fuck the cholos, you know, blah, blah, blah. I've never been prouder of the fucking cholos than I was a couple of days ago. There was a protest planned on Banning Park, which is, you know, near Avalon, downtown. Well, there's not a whole lot there. Mm. You know, Wilmington is a very, very
mom and pop,
very mom and pop, old school town. You know, very proud town. Mm-hmm. And somebody said, hey man, you know, don't come to Wilmington and think you're gonna protest and get away with this shit. This isn't, you know. And then somebody put, hey man, fucking Wilmington is all open for letting people come and express their dissent, you know, their protest. We want those peaceful protesters here. We are a community of people of color and of mixed, you know, ethnicities and of, you know, and let's, you know, we welcome it. But you try to loot, you best believe we're gonna handle it. And then somebody put, hey, you try to bring that shit to Wilma's and you're gonna get taken care of. You know, that was like, that's how communities should respond to this. Yeah. Like, yeah, you know what? and I'm not saying let the citizens police themselves, but I'm gonna respect these fools that come out and say, hey man, you want to walk around with your sign? Do it. You break a fucking window, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. That's fucking fair, bro.
Dude, I mean, fuck.
You know?
And that's how I felt. Like, dude, Long Beach, to me, that's like, I know Long Beach more than any other city. Like, those streets, I know Long Beach more. And what's crazy is I don't think I even lived there for that long.
But it was a very impactful time.
Very, dude.
Yeah.
And I fucking know Long Beach up and down. And when I saw all those fucking things getting hit, I was like, oh, man. And it'd be the same if fucking Avalon got hit, dude. If all those little shops, like, those aren't big fucking corporations, dude.
They'll never recover.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have been family owned for a long time. And look, again, not saying that it's worth more than lives. No, but I'm not. That's not what I want. And I hate that I have to keep repeating that. But because of my post and the attacks that I received in my DM, people slid in, dude. They had no problem slipping in. And on the comments, some of them, I feel like I have to clarify and say that shit, you know? But anyway, seeing that from Wilma's was like, fucking, you know.
And
go ahead,
honest,
Wilma's.
Dude, I wouldn't go to Wilma's to go break a fucking window, dude, and try to loot. These motherfuckers are real, dog. These fools are real. Mm-hmm. They mean what they say, dude.
Yeah,
there's fucking internet gangsters, dude, and there's fools who talk shit online.
And then there's real motherfuckers.
There's real motherfuckers, dude.
And it's like, I feel like we're claiming Wilma's right now, which is, you know, I'm not saying, you know, I never got jumped in, you know, but my heart does belong to the harbor area. That was a big part of my life, was in the harbor area, was Wilmington, California. And, you know, I remember it fondly. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, you got to get out of that shithole, blah, 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 blah. Does it have its faults? Oh my God, yes. It is a really, when I was there, it was a rough place to raise your fucking kids. Mm-hmm. You know, people were getting blasted left and right.
Don't go, dude.
So, and if you go, be careful.
Bro. Yeah.
But anyway, dude, like, so it's so crazy the way that everything affects everything. You know, everything is so connected, way more so than we realized. You know, you guys got sick with your throat thing.
Yeah, dude.
And then Mateito had to get his prescription.
Yes.
And you filled his prescription literally, what, hours?
Yes. Yes, dude. Before all this shit started happening. And there was, I follow a page on Facebook, Crimes in Carson.
Uh-huh.
And they were talking about the same shit. Fools are ready to loot fucking the Target in
the Carson Mall.
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, holy fuck, man. Like,
that's your target.
Yes. And that's where we send all the kids' prescriptions. So it was like, fuck, if we wouldn't have done it, if we wouldn't have gotten it, if we would have waited an extra day. And then I started thinking, fuck, what about the parents where it got sent in today, dude? Like, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Go fucking try to fight all those fools for your kids? I mean, it was so fucked. It's so sad.
Yeah. But again, everything affects everything. Like, I didn't even think of, when you told me how you had gotten it, and if like, literally, we're talking hours, he'd have been fucked. Yeah. You guys would have been fucked. And he would have been royally fucked, right? Now, I mean, there's motherfuckers right now sitting there by no fault of their own. How many fucking old people's medication? Like, it wouldn't even cross my mind. But then I started thinking, like, you just see, okay, they looted. But then you start thinking, oh my God, like, there's a fucking somebody that needed heart medication. There's somebody that needed diabetes medication. There's somebody that needed, so much shit that they might not have access to now for God knows how long. You know, like, you know, it was already, you already went to Costco or wherever the fuck you went, and they were limiting you on how much meat you can buy, you know, which sounds bananas.
Yep.
You know, especially when you see documentaries on Cuba and how they ration out what you can get.
I know.
So when you're going to a market and they're telling you could buy 2 pieces of meat, 2 packages of meat, you know, and now you got to choose wisely because you're like, fuck, man, I really wanted the oxtails, but I can't fuck with the and look, those sounds like third world problems and shit. I mean, first world problems, obviously, but yet now, how many markets are gonna be out of commission, bro?
I know.
Are we going back to the toilet paper thing again? Are we going back to the blah blah blahs again? You know, you try to put in a grocery order now, and good luck.
Good luck.
And let's be honest, a lot of people are afraid to go to the grocery store right now. It's man. Like I said, I really hope, you know, and this isn't something that's gonna be resolved, but let's start the fucking discussion at least.
Right.
You know, like. You know, when that Bible went up for that picture, I'm like, okay, was there a prayer to precede that? No. Was there a scripture that he's going to read? No. I might have been more on board if he would have opened it up and shared some things that were going to unite everybody. I would have been like, you know what? Maybe those people needed to be sacrificed in order for this powerful message to get out. But no, there was no prayer. There was no message. There was no, unless it was done behind the scenes, you know. And then
It's a picture for November, dude.
It's the fuck. It looked like he was doing the Cathedral Bible Challenge, where you stand in front of somewhere with a freaking holding a Bible up in the air. You know, the astronauts had it right, bro.
They took the fuck. They got the fuck out.
They got the fuck out. Shout out to Edro, who got the. Well, he went to another country.
Dipped out, dude. Bro. I watched his story, and this fool went from looking at flights, right, to purchasing a flight, to, and the thing is, like, this was his story, dude. Looking at flights, purchasing a flight at the airport in Guadalajara.
Wow,
dude. And he was taking video. I mean, obviously, there's a curfew everywhere. Nobody could be out. So there was nobody out, dude. He flew international, obviously. And, dude, usually that part of the airport is fucking jumping.
It's a zoo, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he was taking video. You didn't see another person.
Wow.
Insane.
Wow. But the astronaut said, I'm out of here. Fuck Earth.
Peace.
Fuck it. You know? I was telling you, somebody commented that somebody put that thing with the aliens and it said we're next. And somebody put a comment. It was Puras Fallas, actually, that put the thing. And I wanted to share it, but his page is private, so I couldn't copy the link. I'll probably just screenshot it and give him, you know, credit for the picture or whatever. Somebody comment, check out Hangar. If you have Netflix, check out Hangar 21. It's so worth it. And I was like, what the fuck is Hangar 21? You know, so of course I go looking at it. I think it's Hangar 1, not Hangar 21 or Hangar 2. I don't know what it is. It's Hangar something. And I found it and I started watching it. Oh my God. This motherfucker came out about 4 years ago. And you've got, it goes back to, like, you know, the 1950s when Eisenhower was president and how he ended up at this military base out by Palm Springs. I think it's now Edwards Air Force Base, but I could be wrong. But anyway, they took him there and there was, you know, spacecraft and there were aliens there that he saw. And then supposedly Nixon took... God damn it, a comedian, and it's escaping me, but he took him to a place where there was aliens. And then there was this dude who they were working on underground bases, like under earth bases, military bases, which were perfected by, I think the Nazis had them. But if you look at the pyramids, that's a lot of underground fucking bases. You could argue that those would be underground bases as well, you know? The structure is one thing, but when you realize just how deep it goes, that's a whole nother animal, right? This dude who was an engineer working on this base ended up taking like they put him in those cages to lower you, and so he got lowered over by New Mexico, Dulce, New Mexico, I think. He got out, and when he got down there, he found himself in the middle of a gunfight with giant gray aliens and military personnel. He had a side gun. He pulled out his gun and started firing, and supposedly they shot lasers at him. Okay, now this sounds bananas. And they shot lasers at him, and he's got a big, so it split his chest and his rib cage. He's got the scars, like ridiculous scars. Mm-hmm. And so he, he had this top secret clearance where he couldn't talk about any of that. And then I guess like all of a sudden he just started telling like, hey man, I saw this shit. This shit went down. You motherfuckers should know that this shit went down. And then they suicided him. And the first autopsy report, something like he had a heart attack or some shit. And then the wife didn't believe it. And so she had another autopsy done. Mm-hmm. I think it was his wife. Anyway, somebody questioned it. They had another one done, and it was like, nope, this motherfucker was, pretty much there was a ligature on his neck or some shit.
You had already
so suicide. They ruled it a suicide. And then, dude, I had already watched what?
You had already watched this, or reading that comment?
Reading that comment made me watch it.
Oh, okay.
So I went in and watched. I only watched a couple of episodes, but just the episodes that I watched were like, what the fuck? So it made that comment. I mean, it made that meme of we're next. Look, how much UFO and alien information has been coming at us fast and furious these last few weeks, but there's so many other things happening that nobody's paying attention to that shit, But like they're talking about deals were made with an alien race, and that in I don't know what was given up or what was agreed on to give up to them in order to get technology from them. Again, these are all conspiracy. I don't know if there's an organization that they're independent of any government, and they investigate UFO sightings all over the world. They have all this information, all this research, and they've opened up that vault. So that's the hangar that has it, and so they're sharing this information in a documentary form. And boy, oh boy, is this shit fucking bananas. Like you're looking at it and you're like, okay, man, I don't know that I want to know this shit, because there's so much shit that's coming at us, and half of it you don't know what's real, what's fake. Mm-hmm. This could 100% be real, 100%. And people have been talking about alien races forever, and they've called them fucking loons. But yet there's presidents who have had encounters. Ronald Reagan was one of them. Jimmy Carter was another one of them. And apparently the person that knows the most about it was George Bush Sr., Herbert Walker Bush. Like he was there from the get, Nixon knew. Like, dude, like motherfuckers knew. And like there's statements and there's agreements with because these these things that they couldn't identify had been flying and interfering with missiles, and nuclear sites. And then some of these were like, okay, this is undetectable. We couldn't detect it. And if the Russians could easily confuse one of these things for an incoming missile and inadvertently start a nuclear war because they're thinking we're attacking them. We need to communicate with them and let them know what's up. And now there's a bunch of theories about JFK's assassination. Let me throw another one at you. First of all, JFK had said to the CIA and everybody, all the information we have on the UFOs, let's share it with the Ruskies. And I think a couple months later, he was dead. So, and that information, that order never got executed. So the secrecy behind these meetings are, I mean, it's layers of secrecy, and who knows what, but the people that are saying shit are getting whacked, you know. And yeah, I only saw a couple of episodes, and look how deep I'm in.
Holy
And it sounds like it sounds like I read a fucking book on this
Yes.
shit. I've seen 3 episodes.
dude. That's crazy talk, bro. That is crazy talk.
It is crazy talk. It's fucking bananas.
On the positive side of things, dude.
Tell me something positive. Your tomatoes are growing.
Bro, I'm down 11 pounds in a week.
Okay. Stop.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Hooter.
Let's fucking go.
Hooter.
Last week, I told you guys I needed to buy a scale. Now, what did I do? Went out, bought a scale.
In
okay?
1 week, Hooter, it's been fucking a week and 3 days. Let's be fair for your 11 pounds.
No, slow down.
Yeah.
I started Tuesday.
I thought you started Monday.
No, Monday I had the hat.
That's right.
Monday we were on the podcast. I talked about how I wasn't going to start till I got a scale. So that Monday night after the podcast, I went to go have dinner. It was my last hurrah, and I got the hat in Monterey Park, dude. It's a pastrami sandwich, and it's a big-ass pastrami sandwich, and it's so fucking good.
It's a
dude.
delicious pastrami sandwich.
So good, dude.
Yeah.
I got that. I got a grilled cheese. I got a fucking chili cheese fries, dude.
Did we talk about this last week?
No,
No. Okay.
because that was after the podcast.
Okay.
Now, that's how I went out. The next day, got a scale, hopped on. I couldn't believe my eyes, dude. My eyes left my body. It was like in the cartoons. That shit said 246 pounds, dude.
Mama. Pure man.
Oh, man, bro.
Pure puppiness.
Dude. Oh,
245 pounds of puppiness.
dude. Enough was enough. And
Is
not
that the
only-
heaviest you've ever been?
Dude, by far.
Oh, really?
Fuck yeah. Before then,
These lights are killing me. I'm hot as fuck.
it was like 230 something, maybe. Like maybe 235. Maybe.
Okay.
So I'm at 246. I'm staring at this shit, and I'm like, God damn, dude. All right. Well, that's it. And so I started fasting, where you only eat 8 hours a day.
Intermittent fasting, correct? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also cut out booze and cut out carbs, bro. So I'm doing a lot of, but don't get it twisted. I'm not on that keto shit, dude. I'm not eating Baconators with no fucking bun, dude. Okay? I'm not doing that. Just getting like,
Well, to be fair, not all keto people eat Baconators.
you know what? That's true. Here I am.
Just lumping them all
Lumping
in.
them all together, dude.
It's all good.
And that's why we are where we are.
Because you don't
Because
listen.
of people like me, dude.
100
Just
fucking
lumping
percent.
fools all together.
All together. Anyway,
Shit.
carry on with your hate.
Yeah. So.
With your hate speech. They're going to fucking pull us down for hate
yeah,
speech.
Yeah. Dude.
Against the Ketoans.
Dude. So.
Uh-huh.
I stopped eating, right? Or not stop eating, but stop eating trash and stop drinking. And 2 days passed by, and I'm like, all right, let's see what happened. I fucking hop on the scale, lost 4 pounds. I said, let's fucking go, dude. Okay. So then I'm losing 4 pounds, right? And I talk to Busy Billy, because right now, I'm not going to say his weight, but he's at his heaviest, right? I feel everybody's at their heaviest right now.
Yeah.
Like, very few people have kept it together.
Right.
And so he's like, bro, I just ordered shoes, running shoes, right? Because I'm going to start running, dude, right?
Stop.
And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, dude, download the Nike app. That way, every time you run, it could go there, and then I could try to fucking beat it, and then we could push each other, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good.
So you're going to run.
Yeah.
Have you started?
I did one workout.
How many has he done?
0.
Okay.
He's waiting on his shoes.
No. This motherfucker. If I just had the right shoes.
To be fair, though, to be fair, it does hurt, dude. Like
To run?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it fucks up your knees and your back nasty, dude. Like if you're just running on concrete, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, dude, I need them. That way it's still going to hurt, but not as much. I was
It'll
like,
absorb the shock.
yeah. So I'm like, oh, you know what? That's cool. So I download this fucking app. Okay. And of course, the first thing is, hey, shop for your workout, right? Like, what are you going to do here? You're going to run, you're going to fucking lift, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do cross training, right? So
Free app selling you shit.
yeah, exactly.
Fucking beautiful.
So then it's like, you're going to run? Here's some shoes. So I'm fucking scrolling through. So I buy some shoes, right? Then I keep scrolling. I'm like, oh, fuck. All right, let me get some shorts, too. Fuck it. Keep scrolling. Ah, fuck. Let me get some fucking runner's socks, too.
Oh,
right?
no. You showed up. If the gym was open, you'd show up with
Yes.
a brand new water bottle and a fucking outfit on fucking January 2nd,
Yes.
ready to with the fucking sweat towel, ready to fucking fulfill your New Year's resolution like an asshole.
Now, in my defense,
No defense.
I had lost 4 pounds, so I was feeling good, and I was like, yeah,
You
I'm
did that
in.
without the fucking equipment.
Exactly.
Now what can I do with this equipment?
Exactly.
Oh, look at you. If I just had the right bat. If I just had the right racket.
Dude, exactly.
Oh,
bro.
no.
So,
You know why I burned the fucking food, right? I don't have the right pan. If I had the right pan. Meanwhile, Nana's over there in Mexico making tortillas on the fucking bottom of a trash can.
Exactly.
Eat a dick, the right
Adding
equipment.
logs
Okay, go ahead.
for
Yeah, go ahead.
fucking fire.
Keep going
So-
with your equipment.
Yeah. So my fucking package comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Pill's like, what'd you order? And I said, oh, fuck. You don't want to know, dude, right? And so I'm opening my package, right? And shit just keeps coming.
Lululemons.
Yeah.
fucking Louis Vuitton headband. A fucking a water fucking flask fucking from fucking Yeti.
Might as well, dude. Bro,
Oh, you douche.
doucher. So then
Oh,
she's like, why the fuck would you buy that now? Do it later. Like if you become a runner, fucking like if running becomes your thing, then do that, dude. I'm like,
motherfuckers ran the marathon with less equipment.
dude. Yeah. So then I'm like, no.
Oh no,
No.
you don't understand.
I'm already a runner, dude.
Oh.
I said, if I wanted to play baseball today, how am I going to show up with no fucking bat and glove?
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I said, I'm going to show up to the fucking play basketball with no basketball. No basketball's going to get played. I want to go run. I need running gear.
I'm gonna fuck without no pussy.
Yeah. That's not fucking.
That's not fucking. That's jacking off, and I'm not jacking off with this workout.
Exactly.
I'm taking it fucking serious.
Yeah.
I'm letting the fucking equipment fuck me.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Okay, keep going.
So then she's just like, all right, fuck it, whatever. Right. So then I try it all on, right? And I'm like, oh no.
Did you post it?
No, fuck no. So I look in the mirror and I'm like,
I wish you would have posted
I
it.
said, oh no, dude. One, I look like a fucking mannequin trying to fucking sell all these things,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. You look like an influencer that got a package and now you got to review it.
Yes.
Oh,
Dude, and I'm like, fuck. Well, I'm just gonna have to wear this with different things on different days. You
so
know
you're
what I mean?
fucking. So you got an outfit, and now you're matching it with other shit.
Yeah.
So you're unmatching your outfit. Now you shit on me for this.
Yes.
Just a few weeks ago,
Yes.
but please keep going.
Yeah. But
No fucking buts.
So-
At least I got my shit at Ross.
So, I know. That's the other
He's
thing.
like, I should have TJ Maxx, yo, on clearance.
Priscilla was like, dude, how much did you fucking spend on this, right? And I'm like, oh, no.
It's my health. It's an investment on my health, honey.
Can you really put a price tag on
Can
that?
you put a price tag on 10 more years of being here for the kids? You just want me to die? You want me to, carnitas are cheap. Should I get some carnitas? Maybe we should order some lard. It's on fucking clearance right now.
Yeah. So fucking, she's like, dude, how much did you fucking spend on all this, right? I said, well, Pilla, luckily, there was a sale going on Nike, right? And I had a fucking gift card, so no sweat, dude. No fucking, no harm, no foul, right? And she's like, you out of your fucking mind. But then I opened up the app because I was going to run.
So you had a gift card.
Yeah.
And that's a good, because what else are you going to do with it?
What else am I gonna do
yeah,
with it?
Yeah, you got to spend it. I've done that before when somebody gives me something to somewhere and I'm like, oh, well, you know what? Yeah, I'll go buy this shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I go back on the app, right?
I'm a regular at Sonoma.
Yeah. Hilarious. That's funny.
Shit.
Dude, so I go back on the app because I'm ready to run now, right?
Uh-huh.
And the fucking thing sucks me in again. And I'm like, well, I have nowhere to put my phone.
Oh, no.
My phone's going to jump out of my fucking pocket. It's going to fall out of my pocket mid-run, dude. These fucking strides.
God forbid.
If I'm trying to listen to music, how the fuck am I going to listen to music?
How's it going to track my progress?
Yeah, and also that, dude. And also that, right? So then I'm like, fuck me, right? So then I'm like, what am I going to do? Buy the fucking arm thing where the fucking phone is strapped to your fucking bicep? I can't be that guy, right? So then I'm like, am I going to be the fanny pack guy? No way,
I'm
right?
glad you didn't take out mountain climbing, dude. You'd be out here with fucking goddamn, what do you call those little clips?
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude. Bro. So then I'm like, fuck, where am I going to put my phone? And luckily for me, probably all the accessories for your phone were sold out.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that shit. But dude, so we go to Signal
Got a
Hill.
fucking phone cover that says you can do this.
Yeah. Yesterday,
You got this.
Yesterday you said tomorrow.
Yeah. Guess what? Today is tomorrow.
Yeah. Guess what? Today's tomorrow. Yeah, that's fine. Dude.
Hooters, inspirational quotes. Oh,
So
God.
then we go to Signal Hill. And on Signal Hill, I think it's Obispo.
It is Obispo.
Yeah. Obispo,
Where the hill is?
Yes. Obispo and Hill.
Yeah.
And dude, Hill Street has a fucking hill for your ass.
Oh, that's why it's called Hill Street.
Yup, dude. And bro, we go as a
You know that
family.
Johnson was John's son, right?
John's son. Yeah, that I
Hill Street is Hill. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
I know. I had to throw in a
it's been a while since you've been on the stage.
It's
dude.
been a minute.
We're throwing shit out there, guys.
Got to work them out somewhere. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So we go to this fucking hill, right? As a family, we're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And we take the double stroller for the boys, obviously, because these two fucks are too clumsy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Miki was like, I want to run. I'm like, Meeks, you're going to get tired. No, I'm not. And so I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I bring her basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Mateo's like, me want me basketball. I'm like, fuck no, dude. The ball's going to get run over. You're going to get run over. And then I'm going to get run over trying to save your dumb ass. And it's just...
You didn't say all that.
No, I
thought-
did say...
Fuck no.
I said, dude, no way. There's too many cars.
Uh-huh.
Right? But in my head, all that was said.
Right.
So we pull up, and Meeks is dribbling her ball, right? And I said, Miki, remember, if the fucking ball goes in the street, fuck the ball,
right?
okay? And she said, but what's going to happen? I said, Miki,
Fuck
the ball. And she said, but that's my bat. Meeks! Fuck the ball, dude. Do you see the fucking cars coming downhill? She said, yeah. I said, okay. Leave the fucking ball. There's 20 balls at home. We have 20 basketballs, okay? I don't have another Meeks, all right?
Does she get that?
Once I put it that way, she said, okay. But she did say, "Will you buy me another basketball?" I said, "Son of a fucking bitch, dude." Right?
And then Pillow said, well, or are you gonna make me another mix? I don't know which one's easier at this point. Oh, fucking
Dude.
yeah.
So she's dribbling up, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's getting, and it looks hard, dude. Like I didn't try it because I had my own fucking fish to fry. I was pushing up the fucking boys,
Yeah.
who we weighed, by the way, on the same scale that I bought. Mateo weighs 45 pounds, and Meeks weighs 46 pounds. Now Meeks is 6. This guy is fucking 3, dude. Okay.
Wow.
And then also Michael weighs 32 pounds. So I'm fucking pushing up an extra 75 fucking pounds
That's a
here,
lot
right?
of, plus the car.
Yeah. Plus the cart. What's that? I mean, 45 pound. Nice. Like if it's a bar.
Nice. Who's that boxer? The suit.
Dude, so I'm pushing this shit up, dude. And I thought it wasn't gonna be this hard, dude. It was fucking hard.
Were you sweating like crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dude, I was using my whole body because I was using my arms to fucking hold the stroller up, and then I was using a lot of legs, obviously, and core, dude.
Oh,
Nice.
really? I was breathing, so my mantras were being chanted at the same time.
Oh, dude. So then we get up to the hill, right? And then we go back down the hill, which also is pretty fucking hard because if I don't hold these motherfuckers, they're fucking, dude, they'd go faster than the fucking cars that are going downhill, right? With these motherfuckers' weight. So Miki's
that's
still
so
dribbling, but backwards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she's dribbling backwards and still dribbling. Boom, 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 boom. Looking back to make sure she's staying on the sidewalk. You know what I mean? And, dude, she fucking killed it, dude. She was killing it. And we get back down the hill and we go back up. And this time Pilla was like, oh, let me try the stroller.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, Pilla.
Had you even told her how hard it was? No.
Because, you know, that's what dads do, dude. We just fucking hide all our pain.
Not all.
And we fucking eat it. And then
Not all heroes wear capes.
exactly, dude. The sacrifices we made. Moms love to throw that shit in your face. Fucking, your baby coming out of my pussy was so painful, yada, yada, yada. They always want to tell you how much pain they were in. I didn't fucking share it with nobody, dude. I just fucking pushed up the family, up the hill. No big deal.
You
okay?
put them on your shoulders.
Exactly, bro.
Oh, you pulled a Kobe.
Exactly, dude. I don't let nobody know. That's my own thing to battle, okay?
That's your cross to bear.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
Oh, my
So,
God.
I'm like, Pill, just don't worry about it. Just keep chugging along. You know what I mean? So she goes, and Miki's still dribbling, and this time she's doing her left hand. And then halfway there, or not even, a little less than, fuck it, I'll give her halfway. Halfway, Pilla's like, hey, all right. Come get these motherfuckers.
Now, were you like way ahead of them?
No, I tried to stay with them.
Yeah.
You know, so that it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because I knew how fucking hard it was. You know what I mean? So.
Before you know it, they're both heading downhill.
Yeah.
Or all fucking three of them are, and Meeks is just dribbling, watching. Well, I can't go in the street. Fuck them too, Pop?
Yeah. We could get 2 more brothers, Pop. And a mama.
Oh, shit. You're like fucking, who's that dude in the fucking Bible that they took away all his shit?
Dude. So I take over, obviously, right?
Uh-huh.
And so then going back down, Miki is starting to fuck up her dribbles, right? And you could tell she's tired. Dude, she hasn't stopped. But since I told her, like, you don't want to do this, now I'm going to fucking do it. You know what I mean? The whole time she wanted to run and work out with us, and I told her it's too much. So now she has something to prove. Doesn't want to hear me say, I fucking told you, right? So she's fucking trying. And then eventually I'm like, hey, just fucking take a little break. Once we get closer down the hill, then do it again. And she's like, okay. And then I said, because there's people coming up, and I don't want them running into you. To make it like good idea, pops, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, I know it's a good idea, little motherfucker. You're welcome too, right? So we get to the bottom of the hill, and I wanted to do another one, dude.
Another lap?
Yeah.
So you went up and down how many times total?
We went up and down twice.
That's good.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And
so did you park in the bottom?
Yeah.
Should have parked on the top.
Oh, next time.
That way, a huevo. That's where the car's at.
Yeah, we have to go up.
Anyway.
Good idea.
And then you don't have to come down, but you can do one more last. Instead of one last down, you got one last up.
Yeah, good idea, pops.
Well, I'm not going to do it, but I got ideas.
Dude, so then we get back home. I'm all pumped up because I just fucking carried the family, dude. And we get home, eat, blah, blah, blah. And yesterday I weighed myself, dude. I'm down 11 pounds. So
that's a lot, dude. That's a lot.
Look, I'm here to
Are you weighing yourself every day?
No.
Okay.
No.
You're here to say what?
That it's doable, guys. Okay? Look, I'm living proof, dude. If I could lose 11 pounds, you can too, dude. Okay?
You sound like you're in an infomercial.
Oh, no, dude, that's me now.
And if you act now, I'll send you all this fucking running equipment that's fucking hanging in my goddamn closet for half the price.
Yes.
Oh, man. Can I tell you, I'm talking a lot of shit. But I talked to you the other day, and when you told me that you had lost that much weight in a week, I was like, what the fuck? Because I'm a fat ass right now. I've made I've made no excuses for it. Like, I've been eating and drinking like a maniaco, And it's like, how you went and treated yourself to your last meal or to your last splurge meal, whatever the fuck, before you, started the discipline. I've been doing that shit for a long fucking time. Even before the quarantine, I've been treating myself to those kind of meals, Like that's not a treat. That's the norm,
Yeah.
Which is like, you just always say, well, fuck it, I work out so that I can do that, But then when you stop working out and you're still doing that, well, guess what? That shit's going to fucking sit. For me, I don't gain weight on my ass and on my legs. I gain it on my fucking tits and on my fucking belly. That's where the fuck it's fucking focused on. And that's not good. That's not the place that you want to carry any fucking fat, And so I said that I've been using, fuck belts. I'm fucking with drawstrings and elastic, right? And that sounds all fine and dandy, but the reality is, when the fucking elastic and the fucking drawstrings, you don't no longer need them. They're just there for decoration.
I know.
You got fucking problems.
Dude, that's where I was at, bro.
And so, what do you mean that's where you
Drawstrings weren't fucking like...
You didn't need them.
I didn't need them.
Yeah, okay. So... I'm like, fuck, man. And I got to tell you, you inspired me because I've always heard of this, eat for it's 8 hours a day. So you pick whatever, fucking 11 to 7, fucking 12 to 8, fucking 1 to 9, whatever the fucking case may be. But that's the only time. And then the rest, you fast. You can have water and black coffee, right? Which I love black coffee anyway when I get up. On Monday... I made a tenderloin, a pork tenderloin, and the thing about fucking being an amateur fucking cook, as I am, Hooter, because I'm an amateur. Okay, let's be honest here. I get lucky and shit comes out really good, but at the end of the day, I've never went to the fucking Cordon Azul, Hooter, and so I've always thought, make a pork roast. You fucking make it, you slow cook it in the slow cooker, or you make it in the oven, whatever. You make a pernil, as the Puerto Ricans say. You slow cook it. You marinate it overnight, you season it, and then you slow cook it. Well, the pork tenderloin, on the other hand, is a a very lean cut of meat. It doesn't have like fat that's going to drip and just soak in there and things. And so when you try to cook it slow, I've cooked it slow in the past and I've never been really happy with it. So I said, let me Google pork tenderloin and see how to cook it. And lo and behold, you cook it on high heat for like 30 goddamn minutes. You sear it. And then, so this is what I did. I got the fucking pork tenderloin, the little pack from Costco. It comes with two tenderloins, right? And I cut holes in it. I shoved garlic in there. I fucking, the meat seals itself, right? You make these little fucking slits. Yeah. But I stuffed it with fucking garlic. Then I put a pan, the same pan that I was, like a roasting pan. I put it in the stove, and I had both burners going. I had a little bit of oil in there. And meanwhile, I'm fucking rubbing salt, mustard, pepper into the tenderloins.
Nice.
And I then put them on in the oil that was hot as fuck now to sear it. I seared the shit out of them. And while they were searing, I added a little bit of fresh lime juice and orange juice and a little bit more salt. And then I put them in the oven uncovered for 15 minutes on each side. But then I said, it's pork. I got to be careful. Let me go 17 minutes on each side, which was fine. It wasn't overcooked. But it was ready super fucking quick. I made myself a spinach salad with, while that was cooking, while I was fucking doing this thing, I fucking made myself a spinach salad with cucumber, tomato, red onion, and feta cheese. And then I made a salad dressing with apple cider vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, some oregano, and some salt and pepper. And then I shook it all up. And then I fucking, put that over my salad. And then I made steamed white rice with just a little dab of butter in there, you know? And then I I cut the pork. So after I pulled it out of the oven, and here's the thing that took me forever to understand, because I'm just and again, I'm an amateur fucking cook, Hooter. I didn't go to any fucking special training. Letting meat rest is so fucking important, because it's so easy to just be a fucking savage caveman and just no, you let that bitch rest. I put the thermometer in and it was at 145, which I think for pork that's done up. And once you let it rest, it's still gonna go up a few degrees.
I didn't know that, dude, but it makes total sense.
What's
if
that?
You don't if you let it rest and you don't cut it, it's gonna go up a few degrees. But obviously, the second you cut it, then it's going to cool down those parts. So there's no way that it's going to rise in temperature within.
Right. But so you let it rest for it to still keep on cooking. It's still cooking while it's resting because it's still hot as fuck. But more than anything, it seals in all the juice, all the juices, all the meat juices. Oh my God, when I finally cut it, because then I was waiting for the rice to be done too. And so but I knew that I was going to let it rest, right? And so, but when I put it on the cutting board and I cut little medallions, bro, put that shit, it was so juicy. My salad was the fucking... And I sent you a picture, and I had the feta on there, and you cocksucking pig, you said, is that the $600 feta? Is that the shit that they had to fucking, get that special ordered goddamn sheep? You clowned me. Instead of giving me props for how beautiful my medallions look.
I did.
After you shit on me for the feta. All right. Now, and I talked to you right after that, and I think that's when you told me that you were down 11, right? And I had the carbs, and then part of me was like, well, I'll just start tomorrow now because I already had carbs. Well, it doesn't matter because you could eat whatever the fuck you want in those 8 hours as long as it's within that 8-hour period. Obviously, if you cut out the carbs, the weight loss will happen faster, right? But I thought, well, I'll cut the carbs out tomorrow, but there's no reason for me to say I'll wait till tomorrow. So that day I had later on I had an apple and later on I had an orange, and after that I had some almonds. And at night, I had a tuna salad with no chips, no nothing, just a tuna salad. And I thought, I'm done, because it was 8 o'clock. So I figured that my time's going to be from 12 to 8. And so I was done. I was on the phone with the new tia. I love that we call her the new tia. And, when I got off the phone, it was getting close to midnight. And I started walking to the kitchen. And as soon as I got to the table, I stopped and I go, fuck, where am I going? Like, it's just such a habit. And then I came back and I laughed and I told Chiki, and she goes, well, this is usually when you have your midnight snack. And I'm like, and she wasn't being mean or sarcastic or shit, because I know when you talk about my midnight snack, you're fucking mocking me. You mocking me, bro? So, motherfuckers get knocked out for mocking me. And so I was like, God damn it. And I didn't take it like she was talking shit. Yeah. I took it like, yes, this is when I usually go and get my, little keto bar. Because I do have keto bars, by the way. I do. And I didn't even know that this is what I was going to do. But I have... here's the thing, dude. You know how like people prep for disasters? I usually prep because I plan on doing good meals, and then next thing you know, it's just my green lentils are just kicking it there, So I'm prepped for eating healthy. Like I have chia seeds, I got goddamn fucking oats, I got all kind of shit, right? And so I said, all right, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. I gotta wait till tomorrow at noon. Went to bed, and it didn't really fuck with me that I didn't eat. Like maybe a little bit psychologically, like, hey, I wanted something, but I didn't get it. Fuck it, whatever. There's times where I eat and I go to bed and my stomach's growling and I just had a snack. And it's like, why the fuck is this motherfucker? And like Chiki will be like, uy, ¿tienes hambre? Are you like, what's going, you okay? I go, I'm fine. I don't know why this motherfucker, I just threw something in there. No way it's fucking talking shit, I didn't have any of that day, right?
Oh, really?
No,
you didn't have no stomach?
No stomach growling. Woke up, and we did sleep in because we stayed up late, and I did sleep in, so I didn't drag my ass out of bed till close to 9:45, and I then brewed some coffee. I've been making cafecito with the spumita, by the way, which we'll talk about later, but anyway, I brewed some coffee, or Chiki brewed some coffee. One of us brewed coffee. And this was Tuesday, she brewed it. And then I got up and I had about 2.5 cups. And then this is the other thing that I've been doing, having a glass of water. I'm trying to get it as soon as I get up. I'll have a glass of water with half warm water and half, regular water. It's warm water, basically. And I'll put in 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and I'll squeeze some lime. And I'll have that in the morning. So I had one of those, and I had 2.5 cups of coffee. And before I knew it, it was almost 1. And I got caught up. I was doing shit, And I looked and I said, oh, fuck, it's almost 1. And I wasn't starving. So I said, you know what? Let me just cut up an apple. So I cut up an apple and I fucked up an apple. Then I fucked up some almonds. And I was like, all right, well, that tied me over, And then for dinner, I didn't go crazy, but I did eat. I made green lentils. Let me tell you something about these goddamn lentils. First of all, you don't realize how good they are. And green lentils don't sound like shit, but when you cook, look, I chopped up some garlic. I fucking I washed the lentils, rinsed them out, and I think it's 3-1. So 1 cup of lentils, 3 cups of chicken broth. And so instead of water, you cook it in the chicken broth with the garlic in there. And then you season it with a little salt, pepper, and turmeric. God damn. I don't know if it's turmeric. Maybe it's not turmeric. Don't let me make shit up. I don't know what it was. I seasoned it with something. Maybe it was. I think it was turmeric. Bro, that shit was so good. And I crumbled some feta on top of that. I also got some sweet potatoes, and I cubed them up. I boiled them for a little bit, and then I put them in the oven with a white onion or yellow onion in there, and I fucking got a piece of a chicken breast, cut it up, and cooked it in a little bit of avocado oil. Oh my God. It was, you know how like you have a lot of flavor. You usually think that if you eat right, there's not going to be flavor. There was so much fucking flavor in this thing. And I'm like, I can do this. Like, I can fucking do this.
I noticed how much overeating I was doing, dude. Like, eating just because I was bored, or eating just because, like...
Because you can.
Because I can.
Because it's there.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, dude.
You don't need it.
You really don't, dude.
No.
It was insane, especially late night, dude. Once it gets past, like, 8, bro... You just start looking for
snack
shit.
monster comes out.
Yes, man. Yeah. At the next thing you know, you're just fucking
going.
Yeah, but it's not hunger. It's a weird thing, dude.
Yeah, definitely not hunger.
So I think once you cut that out, it's like you start shedding lbs like your boy, dude. You know.
So I like I said, I'm on. Today would be day 3 for me. You know. I haven't eaten, and here's the thing that I realized about this too is that like people blame not eating on getting angry. They call it hangry, you know? And I think that I've experienced it. You've seen me experience it. Like just like, fuck it, I got them Snickers, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But, and this was back in the day. It's not like I'm pulling over fucking chowing down Snickers now. But now knowing that I'm not going to eat until this time. You just know, and it's not like you're sitting there like, oh, man, I'm fucking hungry. And so it's not, and then I'm realizing, okay, was that psychological?
It is.
Or was it really a physical thing? And I think it's more of a psychological thing because
for sure.
When you know that you're not to say that if you don't have any fucking food and it's not, you're going to be fucking,
you're going to be irritated.
You're going to be irritated, of course. Yeah, but knowing at this time, I know that I'll be able to eat. It takes away that, and it's so weird, you know, because you'd feel that hangry would come in or would kick in, and it doesn't. It really doesn't. You just know, and I think at some point your body just makes a switch and does it. But you know, I'll know in next Monday because I did weigh myself, and I think we weighed about the same. I might have been right under 245, but I'm gonna call it 245. Just for fucking, you know, shits and giggles. But I'm going to try to cut out the carbs. I don't know. I'm not going to say that I'm going to give them up 100%. But as of now, I haven't really craved them. And the thing is that I think it's the sugar in them, obviously, that you get addicted. Just like fucking alcohol.
Just the booze.
And I'll tell you, there's a bottle of tequila, because we've been fucking with margaritas. And there's a bottle of tequila there. Chiki finally found something that she likes, and it's fucking margaritas, lo and behold. So we've been fucking with Margies, and I saw the bottle, and wouldn't you know it, I'm not craving food. I'm not saying this, but I looked at the goddamn bottle, and it's not like I wanted a shot of tequila. It's not like I wanted a margarita, but I just started thinking, fuck, man, I got a couple bottles of wine down there that I want to fuck with. I got a couple of this, and now I think that what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a good 15, 20 days.
Okay.
If I give it 15, 20 days, and I'm not going to be weighing myself every day and things like that. You know, I know what I started at. I don't need that validation like some people, where I need that you're doing a good job. Look, you're losing pounds. Keep going. I don't need all that, Hooter. You know, I'm a mature man. So I'll give it about 15, 20 days. And based on where I'm at, I think I'm going to start giving myself cheat days because it's important to have that. I think if you because I've done diets and things my whole life, and let me tell you something. If you just take everything away, it's not sustainable.
Right.
It's good to fucking give yourself a little fucking tweet.
And
you
I
know?
think with this, dude, you could still eat whatever the fuck you want. You're just not going to lose weight.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
So it's like kind of cheating, but not really, you know? But I will say this. There are times when I crave a beer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
well, fortunately for me, I drank all the beer that I had
Mm.
in my house. So I've been out of beer. And it's so funny because the last time we went to Costco, Chiki goes, there's only X amount of beers left. We should get more beer. And I go, nope. Because here's what happens, dude. If it's fucking there, I started realizing I started going through more beer because you get Costco beer. And it's not like she's drinking beer. Naomi's not drinking beer. It's me drinking fucking beer. And it's a lot of fucking beer.
It's a lot.
And I said, you know what? Let me just finish what's in there, which was the best. Because if it would have been there and I'm looking at it, it might have been a little bit harder. I might have taken the approach. It's one thing to fuck up the rice that I had just fucked up and be able to say, let me move forward. It's another thing to have, some beers in the fridge.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to say, well, let me get rid of those fucking beers in the fridge.
For sure.
And then I'll start this shit. I know me, and that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
So fortunately, I didn't fucking have those.
That's good.
Yeah.
And here's a little parenting advice, dude.
Oh, shit.
For those of you who have kids who can't sleep, do what I did, dude. Originally, the plan was to get CBD because Mateito, he grinds his teeth at night. And so I said, okay, well.
And they do have kids CBD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give this for CBD. That way it could hopefully, let him
Alleviate
relax.
that,
Yeah. So the day Pilla got his medicine from Target, she was right by the pharmacy and she was looking around and she saw these little melatonin things for kids, right? So she went in thinking, hey, if there's CBDs, I'm going to buy it. But then she saw melatonin and for some reason it just kind of like mixed into one, And she's like, oh, cool, let me buy it. So she gets in the car. She's like, look what I found. I said, yo, that's melatonin. That's wild, girl. And so then she's like, shit, should I take it back? I was like, nah, fuck it. Let's see what happens, right? She's like, no, let's not see what happens. Like, this is not what I want. I wanted CBD. This is crazy, right? I'm like, no, it's not crazy. And then she's like, well, it says 4 and up. And I said, dude, Mateo weighs more than a fucking 7-year-old. What are you worried about? This fool wears a fucking 7T, dude.
Oh,
what the
God.
fuck? And then she was like, okay, I'll give him one, but not Mike. And I'm like, fuck yeah, give his ass one too, right? And before you judge me, my kids, yes, they go to sleep at 7:30, 8 o'clock. But they wake up. First one that wakes up is between 5 and 6. And that's the youngest, Mike. And this motherfucker comes into the bed and he's screaming his brains off and nobody knows why. Nothing's wrong with him, dude. He's just screaming. Hops into bed, tells us to fucking turn on whatever he wants to watch. And finally, it's peace and quiet. But by that time, the other two have woken up and it's all fucked.
Pandemonium
At 6 in the fucking morning. Okay? So she said, fuck that. I'm not going to give it to Mike. I said, he's the fucking problem. That's the root right there, dude. We got to fucking fix the base of our problem here, dude.
Let's go to the lowest common denominator.
Yes. So she's like, okay, but he's only 32 pounds. Like, I get Mateo. This motherfucker is pretty much a 7-year-old, but this guy isn't. I said, okay, give him half. Fuck it. And she was like, no, that's still too much. I'll give him half of a half, right? So she gives him half of a half.
They give him a quarter.
Yeah. Mateo would give the whole one. I wanted to pump that motherfucker.
I love your ghetto math. We give him half of a half. Not a quarter of it. Yeah. We cut half and then we cut that in half.
Yeah. So then, and Miki obviously gets one, right? And dude, let me tell you something, bro. We didn't have to tell these fools to go to bed. They just fucking get tired and just start walking to their bed, dude. And they didn't even realize what they were doing. It was kind of like, you know, the blue light lanterns where the mosquitoes fucking follow the light and then just get zapped and
Yeah.
Dude, that was this, dude. Fucking Mickey was just following the light into her bed. The boys were following the light into their bed. Usually it's a fight. Usually fucking, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, my elbow hurts. We didn't hear none of that shit, dude. They were out by 8. Cold.
Wow.
Not only that, Micah wakes up at 7:30, strolling into our fucking room, dude. It looked like this fool just got laid and shit, bro. He was just like, chest out, fucking whistling, dude.
And usually it's a zoo.
Usually he's fucking screaming, and we're like, what is wrong, dude? Stop screaming. Dude, this morning, he didn't say shit. He just crawled into the bedroom. He fucking kissed me, kissed Pilla, fucking said, can you put on the TV? Smooth, dude. No fights, no screaming, no tears. The other two, they stayed asleep, dude, because this fucking animal didn't scream, right? Dude, so on Miki's iPad, we put an alarm, or I put an alarm. And I said, hey, man, until this alarm goes off, you can't come into our room, dude. Don't fucking come here asking for breakfast. Don't come in here asking for fucking... Don't ask for shit, dude.
We're not up anytime before noon.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, dude. So I have an alarm set on our iPad, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's for what, like 8 or some shit?
It's 8. It started off at 8:45.
Okay.
But little by little, I'm bringing it up, and she has no idea, right? So right now, it's at 9:15.
So fuck no food?
Yeah,
man. That's kind of shitty.
Dude, fuck that, dude. So we didn't hear them, right? And it was crazy because Mike was silent in the bed, so everybody just stayed asleep. So here comes Meeks, and she's like, Mama. The alarm where I'm supposed to come in your room woke me up.
Oh, shit.
And
so usually she's waiting for that alarm.
Yeah, dude. Oh, bro. She's right there on the fucking doorstep. Right there outside the door. Waiting
Just
for
ready.
The alarm. Yup. We hear the alarm because it's right there. So, dude. So then we got all happy, right? And we're like, fuck it, let's give it to them again, dude, for the next day, right? Same thing happens. We're fucking high-fiving and shit, right? And then in the middle of that day, though, like, we're all refreshed and stuff, rested and stuff, and we're like, we can't be giving these fools the fucking melatonin every day, right?
But why? But why not? Well, no, they're actually making a lot of melatonin right now.
Yeah, and also, we don't want them to build up a tolerance for this amount of melatonin. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
they're going to be fucking 10 years old, fucking scratching their neck looking for melatonin and shit.
So, dude, and the funniest part was we didn't really tell each other. We were, like, asking, like, we can't give it to them every day, right, dude? Right? So, like, it was, we landed on an agreement of, okay, twice a week. Like when shit's crazy.
And you can't be getting woke up the next day.
Yeah, and also like we have that day to rest.
Yeah.
Like if we have to do shit that day, then fuck it, you know? But
dude, being home now without, going out as much as you were before, do you realize just how hard Pilla had it?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Because everybody thinks, fuck, I wish I could stay fucking home. I got to go out here and do this. I
used to be that guy.
You know, I think not just you. I think a lot of people are that guy. But when you are around 3 children, I mean, my hat's off to teachers because holy shit, they got those fucks times fucking, 10, because there's 30 of them fucks.
I speaking of working out bits, dude, I was thinking
nice
of a fucking bit of where I want to say how when schools do go back, if they do go back, they're going to know, like the first day of school, they're going to know the fucking dumb kids because those are the kids that were getting beat up, right, by their parents by being so dumb. And fucking when they ask them, they're going to be flinching before answering, dude. Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
But dude, so many parents, bro. So many
Yeah.
parents are like,
Dude,
you
they
don't know
put-
the answer?
Dude,
Fucking-
Mexican parents are like jalala las orejas. Like,
Yeah,
dude, like
dude.
that was a thing. I grew up hearing pull their ears, and I saw parents pulling fucking ears, bro.
No, dude, they tell the tias. The tias.
Fuck.
Not the new tias, but the old tias. Not old age tias, but the older, the vintage tias. Fucking, that are teachers. Dude, parents go in there talking about beat the fuck out of my kid
That's
if he
insanity.
acts up.
That's insanity.
And dude, the tias are like, what the fuck are you talking about? So hilarious.
Also, for everybody I'm still getting hit up. I guess people, like, hey, what's up with the new Tia watch? We've been talking. Super cool chick. It's so funny. I'll share this. I told her I wouldn't share her personal life, but I'll share my experience of talking to her.
Uh-huh.
Is that the other day, Chiki said, you guys talk on the phone, and it's so good to see you, like, connecting with her and you guys getting to know each other, and it seems like it's easy for you guys to talk to each other. I go, I think it's because we didn't grow up together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if she would have known me growing up, she would have been like, fuck this maniac, this fucking lunatic, it's like, and because it's true, she didn't have to deal with my crazy ass as a teenager and young adult and fucking, medium adult for that matter, like when I think about the things, Teresa fucking going to bail me out, fucking cashing her check and everybody else pitching in and things like that, it's kind of like, goddamn, I was a fucking,
Wild boy.
a rebel, a fucking a crazy kid, angry hood kid that didn't know how to fucking express himself, and not to make excuses for shit, but ignorant in a lot of ways, sheltered, and so I go, I think that's the reason, is because we're just getting to know each other, and again, super fucking cool person, I almost feel cheated that I didn't get to know her, again, she might not like me anymore if we would have gotten to know each other earlier, but I still feel cheated that I didn't get to know her. She's a fucking great human from what I, and look, anybody can talk a good game or whatever, but who people are. Eventually, who people are. And she sounds like a fucking, a great human being, period. So that's where that's at.
I love how people are hitting you up. What's up with the new tia?
Yeah, what's up with the new tia and shit? And it's so funny because, like I said, we've been in communication, and the other day Martha says she knows we're not all like you, right? Like, she knows we're not crazy fucks like you. And the other day you said something like, well, were you normal when you talked to her? And I'm like, what do you mean was I normal? And then I started thinking like, well, yeah, I did tell her about the anointing oil and shit and about blah, 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 and about yada, yada. And I go, but to me, that's normal. That's not weird. That's like, but the fact that you said that, and the fact that Martha said she knows we're not like you, and I'm like, the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, I took that shit as, I'm not fucking, like, what the fuck, man? That hurt a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I know we're different, but for you to have to make that distinction, we're not like Martin.
Yeah,
It's like, fuck, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, show me a little respect. I'm the oldest. God damn it.
Oh, dude, the new tia. Boom, 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 boom.
All right.
Dude.
Satarakata Shanda.
Hey,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
You got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you are tuning in, I know it's fucking crazy times out there. If we said anything to offend you, fucking, I guess, I don't know that I want to apologize. I don't take back anything that I said, I think at this point, if you don't agree with something that I said, fucking let me know what it is and tell me why, and fucking maybe we could have a conversation about it. But it's so easy to say, go fuck yourself or go eat a bag of dicks. But then that makes me part of the problem. So if what I'm saying doesn't fucking make sense, and all I'm saying is fucking, instead of being divided, let's all work together and let's listen to each other, and let's fucking have, dialogue on how to move forward, because just because we're Latinos or Mexicans doesn't mean that there's a lot of Mexicans that have never, you can't say you understand what it's like to live in black skin, you know, just like anybody can say they can understand what it's like to be in white skin or, you know, there's people that are hated regardless of what the color of their skin is. They're already fucking, you know, hated for that. And that's, we just got to stop that all the way around, you know. We're more connected than we are not. So, hey, man, much love to all you motherfuckers. And I won't say eat a bag of dicks. I'll say I'll listen.
Also, please rate and review, dude, on iTunes. Please subscribe. Please share. Please hit up a friend. Tell them about it, dude.
Stay safe.
Yes, that too, dude. Stay safe. Peace.
I think I can overdrive it just a little bit. I think I can overdrive it just a little